back. This is the first video since I've been home. I'm now back in England, and yes, it's good. It's good stuff. So I'm doing this video for you guys out there that are thinking of travelling. You've got some places on your bucket list that you really want to go, but you're trying to get all the logistics together. And so I've done this video just to give you a bit of advice on what to bring, how to sort out your phone, what you do in different countries, the best tips and tricks that I learned kind of along the way. So I hope you find it useful, and yeah, let's do it. Okay, first of all, let's start with the bag. So this is the bag that I took, which is a rucksack. It's pretty big. That's what you want. I had a lot of clothes for 4 months, so yeah, it had a nice little compartment down here, which I put my sleeping bag and stuff and a pair of shoes in, which was really useful. Now, very important, you don't know where you're going to stay, so make sure you get a nice compact sleeping bag that you can take with you. This one was really good, on offer, and super cheap. One other really important thing is getting yourself a travel towel. This thing was amazing. This towel is not like a normal towel, it's different material, so kind of like a softer cloth sort of thing. And it dries, like it just self-dries. That's the best thing about this. So definitely get yourself one of them. Money bag, I didn't wear it. It's useful for those of you that want to put stuff in, you know, instead of having your wallet or your money in your pockets. It can be a safer way to use. Travel tissues, always good. You never know when you might need them. Bring a hat. Now here's a bit of promo. White Elephant gave this to me when I was in America. Yeah, it's a good little souvenir. Make sure you take some of these. These are universal travel adapters. So from England, we need to change our plugs so that they fit all. This is a really good one because you can change the dimensions just like that, you see, and then it becomes more universal. So check that out, make sure you've got one of those. Power pack, get yourself one of these, okay? In hostels, the plugs can be very limited, so this is amazing. This can go for like 5 days. It's a beast. Get yourself one of those. Passport, your most important possession. Definitely want to keep this safe. Headphones is always good. Now I also had a rucksack for my hand luggage, which I was able to put my laptop in, my book, spare t-shirt and things for the journey. Okay guys, I've done a list of things that I thought would be helpful to talk you through and tell you about in terms of my experience traveling. Number 1, phone. What do you do about your phone when you go to another country? I got a prepaid SIM in all the different countries that I went to, so I could use data, I could search for stuff, I could use a phone, and it's really super easy. That's probably the best thing to do, rather than having to rely on Wi-Fi when you're not sure where you are and all that kind of stuff. Get yourself a prepaid SIM. In Australia, I paid like $25. In New Zealand, I think I paid $40. Like as soon as I got off the plane, and in America I paid $45. Now they all come with different packages depending on what you want and how much data you're going to use, etc. But I'm sure you can find a plan that suits you best and your budget. If you didn't know, on Uber now you can do a split fare. Now I didn't really know this until I got to America. It's really good. If you haven't got the Uber app, download it. When you're traveling, it can be a saviour because you can just request one there and then, and if you're with other travellers or other friends that you meet and they've got it as well, you can make it cheaper for both of you. So split fares, good. Number 2. Okay, number 3, research your cities, where you want to go, find out exactly the things you want to see. Big city centres, if you're staying in the city centre, it's going to be more expensive. So research your hostels and your hotels, look at reviews. Okay, compare prices, things like that, they're really important. Also, add a little flexibility. When I was in Australia, I was really strict to a time frame, so I didn't have any space to do things kind of on the off chance, which is a bit of a shame. And one thing I would have loved to have done with it would have been to go to Melbourne, and I didn't. I couldn't. There was no way of getting there. Now, when I was in Australia, I met loads of cool people that were from there, music people that did gigs and things in Melbourne. It sounds like a really cool, exciting city. So if I was to go back, I'd definitely go there. Okay, when you're flying, first of all, make sure you know where your passport is. Make sure you've got it on you, or it's safe and it's really easy to access. Second, keep your liquids in the bag that's going to go in the hold, or you're going to check that bag in, because there's nothing worse than having to take out all your stuff, you know, before security or with all that faff. It just takes so long. So I just kept all my liquids, everything that I needed, in my big bag that was going in the hold. You can also choose your seat. If you check in 24 hours before your flight leaves, you've got a better chance of getting a better seat, basically. One thing that happened to me, I'll tell you a little story. When I got a connecting flight from Sydney to Brisbane, I arrived at the airport super early, just because of the train times, and that's the way it worked out. So I didn't have much to do, so I went over to the lady who was checking people in. I said, look, I'm here, my flight's not for like 3 hours, and she said, yeah, that's fine, just come and see me 2 hours before to check your bag in. So I said okay, and went and got coffee and hung around. And so I was waiting 20 minutes later or so, 25 minutes later, she comes over to me and she says, how would you like to be upgraded for a bigger chair, extra leg room, free of charge? I said, yeah, that sounds great. Why not? And that was great. I got one of the seats by the exit door, which was good. I had loads of leg room, all just basically because I was there early. So if you get to the airport early, go and say hello, introduce yourself, especially if you're travelling by yourself. You're more likely to get upgrades and perks if you're travelling alone. Okay, that's it from me. I hope you have found this useful. If you have, let me know. If you've got questions about travelling, or you're not sure how to do things, or you've got questions, then get in touch with me. I'd love to help you out. Like I said in the last video, the journey doesn't end just because I've stopped travelling around the world. I've got lots of exciting things to share with you this year. This year's going to be awesome. I can't wait. This year's just going to be so good. I've got loads of music to write. I've got lots of things upcoming in the pipeline that I'm excited to share. So yeah, be part of this journey with me. From now on, I'm going to be doing weekly uploads, Friday 7 PM on this channel. So hit that subscribe button if you want to be part of the continuing journey. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon. If you watched to the end of this video, comment below, nice haircut, because I got my haircut today.